Tilly's had quite a bit of time off with the pups. I've worked her here and there. I really need to start doing some driving with her. I've mostly just done fetching. I've kind of started on inside flanks here and there, but I've not been very consistent with it at all. So I started out this lesson here, just letting her fetch a little. I was trying to get her to ease up a little there. She was bringing my sheep a little fast, and she did. The draw is up here to this fence on the left, so you can see she covered that a little bit there. There she was just kind of trying to blow around my pressure some, just kind of dodging and weaving it. So I just wanted her to give me more of a direct response, and I got her attention there. So I sent her on around again. And so we do a little flanking here in the beginning, and there's a couple times she turns in early, so I give her an out and flank her around again, and she corrects those nicely. Working with her a little bit on just bringing her stock a little easy so they're not running at me. And there she brought them a little fast, and I think they split more because I started walking to her to slow her down, and she wanted to flank away and go catch on that direction, and instead I wanted her to go on a come by. And there she kind of started to turn in. She was a little short, so I pop her back out and redirect the flank and let her bring her sheep there. It's kind of hard to see, but she does work with a little bit of eye. When she slows up like that right there, she's definitely using that eye more. She's tight there, so I walked at her and put pressure on her shoulder to roll her out. There, and nice little walk up because she overflanked. She's really good at watching the heads. You can see that she keeps everything grouped pretty well. So I had her fetch them down to the end here. And I downed her, and she got up on her own, so I downed her again. And here, I'm going to switch gears, and we'll start doing a little bit of driving. The goal here is for her to drive them up the fence line and not let them run back to the draw, which is up here on this left fence line again. I'll remind you of that. In the beginning, I use a fence line quite a bit to help with the drive. When a dog's learning, it just kind of helps them keep things flowing a little better and gives them a little bit of a crutch when they're in the beginning phases of that. So there they started to trot, and so I brought her out around to catch the outside eye. I was trying to get her on an inside flank there, so that's why I kept backing up. So she came out a little further than she probably really needed to, but it helped her catch the eye and they stopped. So I'm just walking along with her to kind of help her. Usually when I start driving with her, she really wants to go around on the flank and fetch, so I'm just trying to keep her out on the driving line. And there, they're up to the end, so I flanked her and let her get them out of the corner. I really probably should have sent her on an away flank there and sent her to the heads instead. Not sure why I made that call, but that is something that I would do differently. There she started to turn in, so I gave her an out, and she flanked out again real nice. I did not ask her to down there. She was using her eye a little bit, so I just helped her to, encouraged her to get up and keep moving. And here I'm trying to get her on an inside flank. Once again, kind of using the fence as a crutch for me so that she doesn't go behind me. And I believe there she was wanting to flank around. She started to drive, but then she kind of popped out and wanted to flank, so I placed her again and asked her to walk in. And there she's using that eye. You can see her kind of creeping. And there again, I wanted to call her on an inside flank, and she started to come by instead, so I just pulled her on over to me, sent her on the away. And there she stopped, and I downed her. That down probably really wasn't necessarily, it's not like anything was getting out of control or anything. I do down her some if she's starting to flank when I don't want her to, just to try and stop that movement and get her mind redirected. So we're driving across the pen there. And again, I think she's getting a little sticky and not wanting to walk up, so just kind of go up and help your dog. And I flanked her there to get her feet moving, and then I placed her behind them and let her bring them, and then they're running again, so I'm bringing her out and trying an inside flank again. So she's coming out a little further than she really needs to, but we can fix that later once she understands inside flanks a little better. And since they were already up here to the top of the arena almost, I decided to just go ahead and flank her on around rather than finish driving them the rest of the way up the fence line. She started to turn in short, so I redirected her. And we're trying to drive him down the fence line again. And she gets a little flanky here, so I just continue to redirect her. There she kind of wanted to flank a little bit. So I just placed her again and asked her to walk up. She starts getting a little sticky here too. Once again, she tried to flank, so you place them and have her walk up. And there she's getting a little sticky. She should keep walking in there. So I just am kind of encouraging her there to keep moving. On her walk-ups, I do accept a trot at times if things are going well and the speed of the sheep isn't too fast, just because she does tend to get sticky. I like to keep her moving. If I fuss with a walk versus a trot too much there, she'll tend to slow down a little bit too much. And once again, she's getting kind of sticky, so I'm walking up in there to kind of help try and move things along. There she goes. And I call her to me, and that's it. She is one that likes to try to beat me back to the gate, so that's kind of a constant thing for us that we're always working on.